Aloha! Naturopathic medicine offers women a safer, more effective, and more enjoyable medical experience. We use advanced science to diagnose and time honored natural medicines to heal. Rather than drugs, we prefer prescribing healing foods, Western and Chinese herbs, vitamins, minerals, individualized tinctures, acupuncture, homeopathic medicines, low dose immunotherapy, and plant based estrogens. Does it work? Stick around because Dr. Williams is with us today to talk about her experience and the success the women in our practice have enjoyed. I'm Dr. Taketa-Wong, and I'm pleased to introduce our associate back with us today, Dr. Williams. So thank you for being with us today, Dr. Williams.
Thank you, doctor. So many people need to know there's a better way to treat women's health conditions.
Yeah, I think so. And I think our viewers will definitely appreciate your insights. So let's start with foods in general. So how can foods in general affect the reproductive system?
Well, basically, some foods tend to create more inflammation in the body and others don't. And why is that important? Because chronic inflammation can disrupt what we eat really does matter, and food is medicine.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's true. I think a lot of people don't realize like what kinds of foods can actually be causing problems with their hormones, right? So just here's a few tips. Both caffeine and alcohol make hot flashes worse. So switching to decaffeinated coffee or tea helps make them better. Eliminating or significantly reducing alcohol not only helps with hot flashes, but also protects against breast cancer, heart disease, and osteoporosis, which are also concerns related to the hormonal system as women get older, right? So,
Right. And to reduce cramps and insomnia, which is quite the 1-2 punch,
yeah.
we prescribe foods high in magnesium, for example, and supplements if needed, magnesium supplementation. And you might be asking why, and that's because magnesium is our relaxing mineral. It helps relax muscles, nervous system, and even the brain, so that we can, turn off those thoughts. And as an added benefit, magnesium also improves calcium absorption, which helps reduce the risk of osteopenia, which leads to osteoporosis. So foods high in magnesium, those include spinach, quinoa, black beans, and summer squash. And speaking of calcium, it's not only in dairy. We can find that in canned salmon, leafy greens, garbanzo beans. These are all excellent sources of calcium.
Yeah, and I know we have a lot of patients that do have issues with dairy, and so a lot of patients are saying, well, but like if I don't eat dairy, like how am I going to get my calcium, right? So I think it's just important that things like that people know that there are other sources of calcium, besides just dairy in food. So. Uh, and then also as women's bodies age, they make less estrogen, right? So we've also found it helpful for many of our patients to prescribe plant-based estrogens. There's also many different types of Chinese herbs, other natural remedies. And speaking of which, we have literally like hundreds of products that help with women's health problems. So as a specialist in the field, what are some of the things that you like to prescribe?
Yeah, so as you said, yes, there's literally probably hundreds of supplements that we have to choose from. And it's all about individual treatment plans and getting to know the patient as an individual. But in general, there's some things that really help people across the board. And you mentioned herbs that help with estrogen, increasing our estrogen or binding to estrogen receptors in the body, which have the same effect as our own estrogen. And so one example of those is black cohosh. And black cohosh is an herb that can be great for hot flashes. Um, Another herb I like, which is an anti-inflammatory, is great for metabolic health and the liver, is black licorice for women in perimenopause and menopause. I love maca. There are different forms of maca, so we have to make sure you're getting the right one for you. But maca can be great for mood, libido, and energy, which we find in that patient population of women getting older. Vitamin E is great for hot flashes. Um, I like resveratrol for heart health and inflammation because that's a concern as women get older as well. And of course, we have bioidentical hormone therapy, which is the exact form of our own hormones like estrogen and progesterone that we can take. And stress is a big component for a lot of people just across the board, but for women entering perimenopause and menopause. So there's a nice supplement called Cortisol Manager, which helps to metabolize cortisol and bring that down so that we can turn off our brains and that we can sleep.
Yeah. And that's great. I mean, I think it's just really good for people to know that there are options, and it's not just pharmaceuticals, but there's a lot of natural medicines in food too, right? So, and then next, Dr. Williams is going to talk to us about the results her patients have enjoyed from naturopathic medicine. Um, and then really quickly, I mean, when it comes to the best treatment, it is really important to emphasize that everyone has a different makeup. So really each person needs individually tailored medical solutions. That's the whole, I would say, the whole focus of what we do with our practice and our patients is individualized you need. And so I encourage you to call our office to schedule a no charge phone consultation with me. This is a medical consultation so that I can talk with you personally about your health concerns. Phone and other contact information is on our Facebook page. And please remember to visit our online supplement store, which is on our website at drtaketa-wong.com. That's drtaketa-wong.com. Our prices are very competitive, and the proceeds go to helping children with special needs with their medical treatment. A link is in the post with this video. So now that our viewers have some background knowledge, Dr. Williams, can you talk with us about patients that you've helped with their women's health issues?
Absolutely. So, recently I had a patient suffering from weight gain and insomnia. And we changed her diet. We started incorporating more protein at each meal, aiming for about 25 grams at each meal. And this is because estrogen fluctuates in perimenopause and in menopause and can contribute to blood sugar swings. And prioritizing protein at meals will stabilize blood sugar for better metabolism. I gave her maca, which I mentioned earlier, as an adaptogen, helping with mood. And we did give her magnesium before bed for relaxation, for better sleep. Another patient recently was experiencing fatigue and low libido. We also changed her diet because she was leaning more towards a processed foods diet. But we prioritized vegetables and protein, got her on bioidentical hormones, plus cortisol manager, which I also mentioned earlier, which helped her body and her mind adapt to stress, which in turn lowered stress levels so that her body wasn't busy trying to keep up with stress, so that she had the energy to do the things she wanted to do and what she loves to do. And these women got their lives back and are happier and healthier for it.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Williams. It's like so great to just hear these stories, of like how people have gotten better, and just to, I mean, it's like so incredibly rewarding to do what we do and to see people getting better and like know that we were a part of their healing journey to help them.
Yeah,
So yeah,
such an
thank you.
honor to be able to do that.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, so thank you. For our viewers, I trust our conversation about women's health has been valuable for you. With our no charge consultation, you're welcome to talk with me personally about any health concerns that you may have so that you too can be empowered with your health. All the contact information is on our Facebook page. So Dr. Williams is part of a practice. If you're interested in seeing her, the first step would be scheduling that no charge consultation, so that we can talk with you about what looks right for you. And if you purchase supplements, please visit our online supplement store, which is on our website at drtaketa-wong.com. Our prices are very competitive with Amazon. You can trust the products, and all the net proceeds go to helping children with special needs with their medical treatment. So a link is in the post with this video. So mahalo, and for our viewers, we look forward to seeing you in another 2 weeks. Aloha.
Aloha.